In the heart of Texas, there is a legend that has captured people's imaginations for generations. The legend of Davy Crockett. He was a greater figure than in real life, a pioneer, a soldier, and a hero of the American frontier. But there is a dark side to the story that has been hidden for so long. It's time to uncover the truth about how this beloved folk hero really passed away. Davy Crockett was a man of many talents, and his legend lives on to this day. But there is a mystery surrounding his death that has baffled historians for years. What really happened to the man who became a symbol of American courage and independence? Remember to hit the like button because it helps us a lot. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and press the notification bell to not miss the upcoming interesting videos. Davy Crockett was born to John and Rebecca Hawkins Crockett on August 17, 1786, in Greene County, Tennessee. Although born into a poor family, Davy, from a young age, had a great determination to change his life. At the age of 12, he faced many challenges, including being forced to work on the family farm and running away from home to escape his father's punishment. In 1796, his family opened the Crockett Tavern in Morristown, Tennessee, which still stands today and is recognized as a historic landmark. Sometime later, Davy was hired to help herd a flock of cattle to Rockbridge County, Virginia. However, when the job was complete, the herdsman Jacob Seiler attempted to detain David by force. Davy managed to escape by walking 7 miles through knee-deep snow, demonstrating his grit and determination even at a very young age. During his absence, Davy worked a variety of jobs, including as a charioteer and as a laborer to support himself. Although he had no formal education, he was able to supplement himself with many valuable skills and lessons. When he finally returned home, he had grown so much that his family didn't even recognize him at first. However, they quickly welcomed him back with open arms and forgave his past mistakes. Davy's hard work and dedication doesn't stop there. He even worked for a year to pay off his father's debts, which totaled $76. He then continued to attend school for 6 months, showing his willingness to make efforts to improve himself and his circumstances. David Crockett married Mary Polly Finley in 1806, and together they raised 3 children while living in the mountains of East Tennessee for 5 years. But his spirit of adventure led him to move the family to Lincoln County, Tennessee in the fall of 1811, and again to Franklin County, Tennessee in 1813. Crockett supported the family as a farmer and a hunter. In 1813, the Creek Warriors massacred the occupants of Fort Mims, Alabama. Crockett is ready to join the Tennessee military. He fought bravely in the Battle of Tallusahatchee of the Creek War in northern Alabama. He then returned home with his enlistment period ended. Unfortunately, he was unable to participate in the decisive Battle of Horseshoe Bend on March 27, 1814, when Creek was defeated. But his dedication and courage earned him a second enlistment, and he joined Andrew Jackson's forces at the Pensacola, Florida, during the War of 1812. He was discharged first, before the Battle of New Orleans. In 1815, his beloved wife, Polly Crockett, died suddenly. A year later, he married Elizabeth Patton. On the fall of 1816, he moved his family to what would become Lawrence County, Tennessee. There, he served as a justice of the peace and commissar of the town of Lawrenceburg, and he rose to the rank of lieutenant colonel commander in the local militia. In 1821, he was elected to the Tennessee legislature, serving 2 terms. After serving in Congress from 1827 to 1831, and again from 1833 to 1835, Crockett became widely known for his opposing of Andrew Jackson's policy on land reform and the Elimination Act. As the years passed, Davy Crockett's fame began to spread. Crockett's claims to be a man of humble origins who prides himself on his skills as a hunter and gunner. In 1834, he published his autobiography, The Narrative of Davy Crockett's Life in Tennessee, which made him a nationally known figure. The publication details David Crockett's daring exploits, and it's filled with thrilling stories, and Crockett's reputation as a greater frontier hero in real life grows in popularity. These stories, told in colorful frontier language, often portray Crockett as an adventure-loving figure who embodies the pioneering spirit of the American West, inspiring generations to come. Davy Crockett's political career came to an abrupt end in 1835 due to a conspiracy by Andrew Jackson and Tennessee Governor William Carroll. After losing, Crockett remained defiant, famously declaring, "You can all go to hell, and I'm going to Texas." Next, he went to East Texas in search of new land to settle. It didn't take long for Crockett to fall in love with the area, as he wrote in a letter dated January 9, 1836, "I must tell you what I've seen of Texas, and it is the garden of the world, a really great place." Crockett wasted no time in taking action and swore allegiance to the government and signed up as a volunteer to fight for Texas independence. In his letter, he explained that he was on his way to the Rio Grande with other American volunteers and had been elected to help establish the province's constitution. Despite the dangers and difficulties ahead, Crockett remains optimistic about life ahead, writing, "I am confident with my fate." Crockett's decision to fight for Texas proved to be a fateful one. He joined other volunteers in the fight against Mexican General Santa Anna. Although Crockett fought bravely and stoically, unfortunately he lost his life in the Battle of the Alamo. The morning of March 6, 1836 marked the end of Davy Crockett's life, but how he met his death remains a mystery. Survivors' accounts of the Battle of the Alamo vary, and historians have struggled to come up with theories that contradict the huge evidence. The popular myth of Crockett's death depicts him as a hero fighting until his last breath. This story is supported by some historical evidence, including the account of a former slave named Ben about finding Crockett's body surrounded by 16 Mexican corpses, with his knife buried in one of them. However, there is historical evidence to the contrary, which suggests that Crockett surrendered and was executed along with a number of other men. This theory gained attention when, in 1955, the memoirs of José Enrique de la Peña were discovered by Jesus Sanchez Garza, a Mexican officer present at the Battle of the Alamo. In 1975, an English translation of the memoir was published, which asserted that Crockett did not die in battle. The English interpreter, Carmen Perry, was harassed by Crockett loyalists with anonymous letters and threatening phone calls, who deemed the notion that he did not die in battle as blasphemous. The debate surrounding the authenticity of José Enrique de la Peña's diary has raged for decades. William Groneman III, a retired firefighter and author, criticized the diary for being made of various types of paper from different manufacturers. Meanwhile, Joseph Musso, an avid John Wayne fan, also cast doubts on the diary's validity, citing concerns about the timing of its release and growing interest in the subject. After the release of Walt Disney's Davy Crockett miniseries in 1955. In 2001, however, archivist David Gracie published a comprehensive analysis of the manuscript, including laboratory tests that confirmed that the paper and ink were typical of those approved by the military. Mexican use in the 1830s. Gracie also discovered that the handwriting on the manuscript matched that on other documents in the Mexican military archives written or signed by de la Peña. Despite the evidence supporting de la Peña's diary, some historians question the ability to accurately name any of the Alamo's defenders. However, they believe that de la Peña may have witnessed or been informed of the execution of the Alamo's survivors. While some argue that neither he nor the surviving soldiers knew the identity of the executed, others supported the surrender and execution theory. On the other hand, there is comparable evidence supporting the last hero story, with some eyewitnesses claiming that Davy Crockett fought until the very end. Davy Crockett is remembered as a symbol of American courage and heroism, whether he died fighting to the end or not. The legend of the King of the Wild Frontier will continue to inspire generations to come, thereby reminding us of the importance of preserving the legendary cultural heritage that influenced American history. Please like and share if you find the video content interesting and useful. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and comment below so as not to miss the upcoming interesting videos. Thanks for watching.